Back in our first episode of the season, we watched two of our champions clash with only one of them standing as top of the bots.
Oh, and Bite Force gets Tombstone's wheel! Where did that come from? That's it! The champ is out!
Tonight, we will put our two remaining champions against each other. It's our first and back-to-back reigning champion going against the bot that took away his crown. Both are legends, both are kings, but like all rulers someday, they have to fall. Who will fall tonight on BattleBots Reborn Cup?
Nightmare! Needed to know that you belong here. It's your fucking nightmare.
Hello! How's it going?
Hello.
Is it going good?
Yeah?
You having a good time?
Yeah?
You having a good time?
Well, they just got here.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyways, welcome to BattleBots Reborn Cup.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Right, I'm the Sam. This is the Barangoat.
That's right.
I still need a nickname.
That's on them. They haven't done that yet.
Make me a nickname, but make it nice, please. No negatives here. But Nick, tell us about tonight.
Well, tonight will be the last card of the first round of fights. So when you see a bot tonight, it will be for the first time, and it will be the last time that you see new bots. So, without further ado, let's unleash the fight card for tonight's episode. Tonight we have a fight between two ferocious flippers as Lucky takes on Biohazard.
We've also got a fun match between Bloodsport and Warhawk that is evenly poised.
And of course, another star-studded main event. It's the first two champions ever in BattleBots Reborn Cup. Two-time nut winner Son of Whyachi takes on Season 3's winner, Yeti. For more on that main event, we turn it over to our pit reporter, Captain Mantine.
Hi, Cap.
What's up, dude?
Thank you, Nick, and hello to you two as well. I'm actually really excited for this main event. You know, usually I take the vertical spinner over the horizontal spinner, but Yeti, he's a lot different. He doesn't have a wedge to feed Son of Whyachi into him, so I think it's all going to depend on if Yeti can get over there fast enough and stop Son of Whyachi, because if he can't, Whyachi is just going to tear him limb from limb, but if he does, he may be the one doing the tearing, you know? I mean, we'll have to see about that. In this fight card, I'm looking at two main builds here. I like the new Witch Doctor. I like the ribs on the top. I like the double little Drisk spinner that they kind of have going on. And of course, the return of Shaman will be a good thing to see. And then Hypershock with another build. I think this one is going to be a lot more powerful, albeit I've heard, I don't know that it can self-right or not. I don't know how much that'll come into effect against Ultraviolet, who is not the best, but you know, anything can happen. Any given Monday, that's what they say.
Well, thanks for that, Cap. Let's kick things off with a mouth-watering first fight. We have Minotaur versus Witch Doctor. All eyes will be on neither of these bots, but instead it will be on Witch Doctor's partner in crime, Shaman.
That's right, Shaman will be now making his debut in BattleBots Reborn Cup alongside the main bot Witch Doctor. And while Shaman himself has a lot of abilities that he could bring to the table, Witch Doctor, the main bot, is also improved. So they're now looking like a fairly serious title contender. I think a lot of people will be excited.
And while Witch Doctor has improved significantly, Minotaur enters unchanged yet again.
Yeah, there wasn't time to get a Minotaur build in before the cup started, and it's going to be disappointing for Minotaur, but this is a machine that still is quick, still can right himself, and can still cause damage. I don't think there are going to be too many concerns because he hasn't, reached the high potentials that they want. He's probably just going to have another steady Eddie season, and then they'll get the rebuild in. But we'll see.
Yeah, we shall find out.
You never know. He could surprise us all, go 4-0, and then just completely sweep the bracket.
That would be very interesting to see.
Right, if you bet like $1 on that, the bookies will probably give you 20,000.
Anyways, down to the bot.
Saved it, good enough. Down to the box, let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, If you don't watch your back, he'll be sneaking up on you faster than any robber in Rio de Janeiro. It's Minotaur! In the blue square, she feasts on a diet of bot parts and ramen, and now she's joined by baby brother Shaman. Welcome back, the Queen of Voodoo, Witch Doctor!
Well, Cap, here we are with Shaman in the box next to Witch Doctor for the first time. Shaman's actually the first invertible mini-bot we're going to see. How do you think that's going to play into Minotaur's strategy? Should we go for Shaman first, or just stick with the main bot?
Honestly, Nick, I think Minotaur is going to have to focus on Witch Doctor, and he's going to sustain some damage from Shaman, probably from that flame. We know it's really powerful this year, but I think he's going to have to focus on Witch Doctor and sacrifice a little bit of health for it, because if he focuses on Shaman, that Witch Doctor weapon is going to tear right through him.
Let the bot battle begin. Look at Witch Doctor coming out fast, trying to meet Minotaur on the side.
I'm super excited to see how well Shaman's going to work with Witch Doctor, and it looks kind of like they have a good teamwork going on. They already sandwiched Minotaur, now Minotaur's flipped. Let's see how fast he can get out of that.
He's trying to get himself flipped back over. We know Minotaur can gyrate back onto his proper side. And with a little help from Witch Doctor, he goes over the top and he's back on his right side. Witch Doctor meeting Minotaur in the front, pushing him back. Shaman trying to catch up.
I'm nervous for Shaman. You know, mini-bots so far don't have that great of a lifespan in these matches.
The good thing about Shaman is that he is invertible, so as long as he doesn't take too much damage. He's trying to get his flame involved, take some friendly fire. Minotaur now attacking Shaman head on. Minotaur is kind of caught between multiple strategies. Go for Shaman or go for the main bot. Witch Doctor going up and over the top, and Minotaur's got him pinned on the wall.
I see smoke coming from somebody. Is it from Minotaur?
It is from Minotaur, yeah. It looks like it's from the front right side. That could be anything. Ooh, get another flip there. Shaman getting involved a little bit more, and Minotaur is starting to struggle.
I have a feeling that maybe the smoke coming from Minotaur might be due to fire damage from Shaman, possibly?
Not sure if it's the weapon motor on that side or the wheel motor. Witch Doctor getting flipped now, trying to self-right as Minotaur tried to move in. Witch Doctor is still inverted. Now Shaman is trying to make himself a nuisance so that the main bot has time to self-right, and it worked out pretty well, in fact.
A lot more smoke coming off of Minotaur now. I don't know how much longer he'll have in this match.
It's been an entertaining, frantic pace so far, and that shot might have finished him, and it did. Witch Doctor takes the win. Well, that was a frantically paced fight, but we have a lot that we have to dissect now that we can slow it down. Seems like the strategy from Witch Doctor and Shaman was decent at times.
It was a very decent strategy. I will say, however, that the negative, much like with the Gemini bots that we've seen in the past, is there's a lot of friendly fire.
Yeah, a little bit of friendly fire from the main bot, but Shaman here also getting attacked by the main bot of Minotaur, the only bot of Minotaur. Sometimes just getting caught in the wrong spots as well.
I will say, too, that Shaman did a very good job at surviving with how often he was being attacked by Minotaur.
This is Minotaur's first fight against two bots that are on the same team. How do you think he fared? At times he did okay, but at the end of the day he got knocked out quick.
Actually, at the very beginning, I thought he would have done better if it was just a one-on-one match.
So the win goes to Witch Doctor. Fair play to them.
Shaman didn't die!
He did alright, actually. I think he had a good impact.
I'm very happy with how much he did in this fight, to be honest. It'll be interesting to see how the friendly fire kind of like settles down after a couple of fights, hopefully. We'll see.
You think they'd get their chemistry down after a couple fights, but we'll see. It wasn't too bad. He didn't lose any parts. He got flipped a couple times. That's not that bad. He'll be okay.
But first interesting fight of the night, pretty good. Gonna go into the second with high hopes. We have Bloodsport versus Warhawk. Both bots are coming off a season that promised much, but delivered very little.
Yeah, especially Bloodsport. I was expecting a lot of good things from him last year, but then he went out a little early, a little premature to Mobius, and he is not happy about that. Warhawk too, I don't remember actually how he lost, I'm not gonna lie, so I'll put it on screen now, but he probably didn't lose in a way that was good. I don't know.
Who do you think is gonna win?
It's a tough one because normally with a matchup like this you'd go for the vertical spinner, and I could see why Warhawk could win it, but also he's lost in the past by running too hard into a stationary heavy opponent, flipping himself, and then being stranded. So who knows, maybe that'll happen again. Maybe the Bloodsport weapon just won't even allow him to get close and get underneath. It's a very even matchup, so I'm excited to see who's going to pull out the win.
Well, let's go see. Down in the box.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. If the Saw movies had a BattleBot in it, this would be it. You wanna play a game? It's Bloodsport! In the blue square. Hiya, 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 hiya. Ow. It's Warhawk!
Let the bot battle begin. Look at Warhawk coming out nice and quick with the box rush.
Is Bloodsport not getting his
there it
weapon up
goes.
to speed?
Don't know why he delayed that, but that could cost him, and Warhawk nearly flipping him over. We don't know how good the self-righting pole is on Bloodsport, but we know his wedge is good. Warhawk is stuck in an awkward spot now.
Is this going to be the match? No, looks like Bloodsport may be trying to give some kind of compassion. No, he's kind of keeping his distance.
Yeah, he's kind of hesitating at the moment, taking subtle shots. Is he just trying to slightly tip Warhawk like that? Maybe so. Warhawk is now able to move. Ooh, hard shot, weapon to weapon. Part of the reversible support for Warhawk is damaged. Now you only see the one set of extenders protruding above the weapon as opposed to two. So that'll affect his ability to drive inverted, but right now he doesn't need it.
And now, as you can see, he's clearly back on his feet, so it's interesting to come from strategy from Bloodsport's point of view.
He's taking some damage underneath. Warhawk is now winning the ground clearance battle fairly easily.
But there's smoke.
Oh. That was an ill-timed comment. Now Warhawk is in trouble. Is there more smoke, or is that... Yeah, I think there's more smoke from Warhawk. It got a little more serious.
I want to say that Warhawk's weapon is going to be gone by the end of this fight. I could be wrong.
Bloodsport seems to be getting the raw end of the straw, but maybe not. Warhawk is taking shots, and he's taken a loss. What a win from Bloodsport.
Rip.
Well, this fight could have been won earlier by Bloodsport had he chose not to be a good sport, but throughout both of the two mini fights that we had, he took some damage.
I'll always say this when it comes to strategy, just a personal opinion. I believe that if you have the opportunity to leave a bot on its back, that you should take it, because you don't know what they're going to come back and do to you. In this case, Bloodsport got lucky and he ended up winning anyways.
Yeah, Bloodsport getting the win. Warhawk did impress a little bit. He won the ground clearance battle. He had good moments of control. Do you like what you see from him going further down the tournament?
I don't know, because he did get stuck early on, and if it wasn't for good sportsmanship, he might not have lasted as long as he did. But
that's a very good point.
Good win to Bloodsport. Well, GG Bloodsport.
Yeah, fairly good start. A couple things that they'll want to correct, but there's going to be some growing pains in the first fight. You can't work out all of your kinks in the comfort and safety of your garage. So the important thing is he was able to learn some stuff and get a win in the process, so they'll be happy.
There is only so much practice can do, truthfully.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Going into the third fight, though, we have Death Star versus Endgame. Well, no longer is Endgame just another name on the card after the real-life bot captured the 2020 crown.
Yeah, we now know fully what the main bot is capable of, and our hopes in BattleBots Reborn Cup is that we can get the good bots in real life to be accurately represented in BattleBots Reborn Cup. So now there's a lot of pressure on Endgame to start delivering and to stop being just a middle dweller. So we'll see with the start of this season and the entirety of it where he lies and what needs to be done.
Going to Death Star, though, Death Star's never really been a powerhouse. However, he has been a thorn in the side of his opponents.
He's an awkward bot, let's face it. Look, his weapons aren't the most potent, but if he can act his strategies, then you're going to struggle a little bit. He's got a very wide berth, and he's got the 4 saws, of course. 4 is a big number, so if he loses a couple, he can keep going, and he's caused upsets before, so we'll see if he can do it again.
Looking out, though, in the past, he has lost his weapons quite easily in some match-offs.
Yeah, they're exposed, they're vulnerable, and Endgame will be looking at them and watering at the mouth. So he's got to be careful. I like where this fight is balanced.
Well, let's see if Endgame can succulently eat on his weapons.
Nom.
Nom.
Order up.
Down in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. He may not have a super laser, but he can still destroy your entire world. Get in your X-Wing and fly very far, all the way away from Death Star! In the blue square. He may be the real-life champ, but he's still a reborn rat. Can he still be tamed, or will he never be the same? It's your Endgame!
Let the bot battle begin. And we know from last year Death Star doesn't really like vertical spinners, so we'll see how Endgame does. Ooh, good first shot there by Endgame, popping up Death Star a bit.
It'll be interesting to see how long Death Star can hold onto his weapons this year.
Quite a vast gap in the age range between these two bots. Death Star, of course, appearing in Comedy Central times, whereas Endgame is now the reigning champion of the modern BattleBots segment, modern seasons. Death Star is trying to kind of pinch a corner of Endgame there in the front and get 2 saws working at the same time. Now he's on the backside of Endgame.
It's crazy to see that Death Star is getting quote-unquote hits in, but it really doesn't look like he's doing any damage.
Yeah, Endgame is really struggling here, more so than I thought he would.
Oh,
Whoa, there's some smoke, yeah. That came very abruptly, and now Endgame appears to be in trouble. Is Death Star doing more damage than we thought?
Apparently so.
Once again, he's getting 2 saws at least to try and make contact with Endgame, and then when he pinches him against the wall like that...
Is it gonna be over?
Endgame is drowning in this sort of pressure, and he is knocked out! What a performance from Death Star!
It's interesting to see because during the fight, it didn't really look like Death Star was doing a lot of damage, but the consistent touching of 2 of his weapons pretty much at all times really did take its toll.
The Saw Blades are a very deceiving piece on the game. They do their damage with very consistent contact as opposed to large, blunt hits. And that's what we saw here with Death Star. He did a great job of keeping 2 saws on Endgame at all times.
It'll be very interesting to see how other bots try to counter this strategy against Death Star in the future. But kudos to him. Good win. Well, I was wrong in thinking that Death Star might lose his weapons. He did great.
I wonder if that's the first. I don't think it is, but it's definitely a rarity.
It is very rare.
Nah, fair play to Death Star. Enacted his strategy absolutely perfectly. Endgame couldn't handle it, and he has to go back to the drawing board. But that's exactly what Death Star needed. Exactly what he needed.
Well, the end of that fight, interesting enough, but we're going into the next, which is the 4th of the night. We have Chromefly versus Black Ice. Chromefly enters the fight night rounds, coming off of a pair of impressive qualifier victories.
Yeah, he looked good in the qualifiers. He left it late to get the knockout win against Double Jeopardy, but then made it quick against Overdrive in the next round. And not only has the main bot looked decent, but the drone has been significantly involved and helped him win these fights. So when you have such a big change like that actually does something for one of the lesser bots, it's a big deal, and it's a good confidence booster for him going into the fight night rounds.
Black Ice, too, has produced some solid results before, but that was without a drone in play. Now that there is a drone in play, what do you think his strategy is going to be?
Well, we'll see. He's got a little bit of pace to him, so maybe he can do what we've seen in the past with bots and just kind of outrun it and outmove and stay agile. It's very difficult, and a lot of bots still have to learn what to do. And we have to learn too as well, because it's new for us.
Well, let's see if Black Ice can dodge the drone down in the box.
Matrix style.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. When your drone is better than your main bot, you know you've got a problem. Oh well, whatever works. It's Chromefly! In the blue square. This bot's invisible like Cena, but also graceful like a ballerina. Okay, I made that one up. I just needed a rhyme. Give me a break, guys. It's Black Ice!
Let the bot battle begin. Black Ice meeting Chromefly in the red square as the drone starts to calibrate its angles. Ooh, Black Ice coming in hard and getting underneath Chromefly. If he can flip him over, he can win this fight. But Chromefly doing a good job defensively of getting off of the wedge.
Black Ice also doing a good job of just really moving around the box to avoid that drone.
Yeah, you gotta keep your mobility at an all-time high because the drone will take advantage, and I think you got a shot on the backside there. Black Ice stood still a little too long. Cannonballs are being shot everywhere. It's actually hard to tell if it's Black Ice shooting him or if it's the drone from Chromefly. Oh, now the drone's getting a little bit lower and pushing Black Ice into the main bot. Well, that's an interesting strategy.
Yeah, very risky coming from that drone, but it seems to be doing okay so far. Chromefly, on the other hand, trying to get some damage in, but the ground clearance is pretty much just difficult.
Seems that the angle of Black Ice's chassis is making it difficult for Chromefly's spinners to actually get solid shots. There are some scuffs, but for the most part, it looks like it's just skimming off. And we see the drone again. It was very, very important for Chromefly's run up through the qualifiers, helping take out Double Jeopardy and Overdrive to get here, of course.
It's hard, too, for Chromefly because I believe that his bot design makes it very awkward because Black Ice can get in on his side, and then Chromefly really can't get any hits in if Black Ice controls his movement.
Drone getting run into there again. Black Ice trying to slip underneath the side of Chromefly like we saw him do in the early stages. Oh, and the drone got another strong shot, and now
smoke.
Yeah, Black Ice is smoking. I think Chromefly got a shot right after that as well, and the combination of the two might have put us where we are now. The drone is playing a significant part in this fight. Black Ice has to be careful. He's underneath Chromefly again, though. Carrying him around the box.
Kind of using him as a shield to prevent another cannon being dropped on him.
Very smart strategy. Give him 5 points just for that. It's not even a 5-point category. Chromefly stuck on his side.
Is this going to be it for Chromefly? No, it looks like he's coming back down. Black Ice, though, really trying to get him positioned so he can get stuck.
Yeah, it looked like Black Ice knew that Chromefly had a little momentum to tip back over. But Black Ice is still controlling and trying to get his blades involved. The drone is flying a lot lower now and trying to help out the main bot. It's done a lot so far, but how much more can it do? Final 10 seconds. All bots are getting involved as the drone is just being a nuisance now.
Looks like it's going to go all the way, and the judges are going to have another tough decision.
They have been busy this season, and they'll be busy again. Well, as we've seen with Chromefly in the past, the drone helped him out, but Black Ice did a good job of countering it when he needed to.
It'll be interesting to see what the judges choose and what their scoring ends up being, because strategy-wise, Black Ice did well, Control Black Ice did well, but I don't know about that damage category, and we have to put into perspective what the others are going to think.
And looking at these slow motion replays, you see how effective the drone was. There was the shot right before the smoke came out of Black Ice, so the damage was there to be seen.
It's interesting too because Black Ice, every time he got underneath Chromefly, was technically doing some damage on the underside of him.
A lot of ways to look at this fight. Let's see how the judges did it.
The results from the judges are in. Your winner, by unanimous decision, is... Black Ice!
Well, I'd say Black Ice did a pretty good job at avoiding the drone.
I give him credit, but I also give the drone credit too for a couple well-timed shots with that cannon. So it was both machines doing very well, and it was a fun tactical battle.
The drone itself was very courageous, trying to get down in there in the fight. I don't think it would have worked that way if it were real life.
Yeah, probably not. He was a brave little soul.
Going into the next fight, though, fifth match of the night, we have Hypershock and Ultraviolet. Feast your eyes on the new and improved Hypershock.
Yes, feast your eyes on a new Hypershock courtesy of that Discord guy. This thing has pace, this thing has size, this thing has a good wedge, a good weapon, but it doesn't have a good working self-righting mechanism, and that's going to put Hypershock in trouble in certain fights. This one might be one of them.
It is a beautiful bot, I will say that, but because of the poor Shrimek, this fight goes from Hypershock being the fan favorite to win to it being a really well-balanced, tricky fight now for both bots.
Yeah, exactly. Ultraviolet obviously has to dodge the weapon, not take a lot of damage, a lot of the basic stuff. But he also now knows if he can just get stuck in on one good opportunity and flip Hypershock, he might be able to pull off a win. Very much quite possible. And Hypershock will know that too, so maybe he won't rush in and use his speed as much. There's a lot of different ways this fight could happen and how it could break down, so I'm really excited to see how it unfolds.
Down in the box.
Yes, let's go. No time to lose.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, this bot claims it can finally win it all this year. Just gotta give it a jolt. Oh wait, the screw's loose. Can I just... Oh wait, the wire's right. Hey guys, can we just wait a few months please? It's Hypershock! In the blue square, he didn't really feel like fighting yet, but I told him, you stole his ring. It's diamond, by the way. He has every right to fight you. Here is Ultraviolet!
Let the bot battle begin. Interesting test for this new Hypershock build. He goes into it as the favorite. Ultraviolet trying to figure out how he wants to approach this menacing looking beast of Hypershock. So far it seems like Hypershock is winning the ground clearance battle, but good defense by Ultraviolet is keeping him at bay at the moment.
Yeah, Ultraviolet at this point in time really just defensive.
Oh, here we go though. Hypershock worked the angles well there. Look at Ultraviolet flailing the arms to try and escape. Now he's flipped over. Big shot on the backside.
And he's flipped over again.
He can still kind of move. I don't know if he can flip himself.
Hypershock taking this opportunity to get some more damage, possibly trying to get some wheels. Now just ramming him across the
Oh,
box.
what a shot by Hypershock. These are the moments he was going to be just chomping at the bit to try and receive. He's got Ultraviolet awkwardly pinned on the wall. He's waiting for him to fall down onto the weapon.
Ultraviolet at this point really just trying not to go down on the weapon.
He's playing with his food. This is horrible. Hypershock moving in again. He's getting underneath easily now. The Ultraviolet wedge has a lot of bounce into it. Look at all the scuff
damage.
marks. Hypershock is toying with him. There's the smoke. How does Ultraviolet work his way back into this match?
I don't think he will.
He's got halfway to survive this. Look at another big attack by Hypershock.
Even if he did survive though, Nick, what points would he get?
Pride, that's what matters. Oh, there goes a wheel. The first of 6 that Ultraviolet has. How many can Hypershock get? There's another one. Ultraviolet was lasting for as long as he could, but it's starting to crumble fast.
Is he missing an arm now too?
He is. You are correct.
Oh, another
There's
wheel.
another wheel. 3 down. And an arm. And a 4th wheel. And the kill saws are getting involved. More pieces. The other arm is broken off.
At this point in time, it's really hard to watch because I feel so bad for Ultraviolet.
What was the selection committee thinking with this fight? There go pieces of the wedge. This is brutal. 5th
Another wheel.
Hypershock is starting to have fun at this point.
Trying to get that last wheel, I think, aiming for it.
Yeah, we'll see what Ultraviolet can do. He can barely move, it looks like.
And going in for the wheel.
Hypershock is trying to line it up, going 6 for 6 in the first fight.
There it goes.
And this one is going to be over. A convincing win for Hypershock to kick off the Fight Night rounds. And for Ultraviolet, it's definitely back to the repair table. There's a lot to work on there. Well, for the briefest of moments, Ultraviolet started off okay. It was very hesitant and very high defensive, but it unraveled quickly.
I want to say, too, from the very get-go, we kind of saw what this match was leading into. Ultraviolet was really only running away, couldn't really get back enough to defend himself, and we can see the result.
Well, when this matchup on paper was displayed, I'm sure a lot of people had some questions. Do you think it should be taken with a grain of salt considering the gap in quality between the bots?
Honestly, I do. Sometimes a really good bot gets paired with an okay bot. You know, I'm not going to shit on Ultraviolet. But in this case, it was just too big of a gap.
Well, regardless, Hypershock starting off with a win, it's always better than losing.
All right, well, Hypershock, you did amazing.
Well, he did a very good job of making sure his bad tree mech didn't come into play at all, and he used all of his strengths to determine the fight's result. So good play for him. I just hope next time he gets a little bit better of an opponent.
We shall see, though. We shall see. Going into the 6th fight for the night, we have Duck versus Ringmaster. Here are 2 more bots that had to earn their spot in Fight Night. Who impressed?
I think the Ringmaster slightly impressed more than Duck did. Duck had a very odd section of the qualifiers. He had to go through Blacksmith and then Ronin, whereas the Ringmaster had a bit tougher of competition going through Counter Revolution, a bot he has faced before, and that was no tricky feat. So I think I was a little bit more impressed with the Ringmaster, especially with the fact that he needs some changes. He didn't get much, so for an old bot to do that, very good.
Well, it'll be interesting to see in this fight exactly what goes down. I'm very interested to go watch. So let's go watch.
Let's go see.
Down the box.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, you're not ready for his crack attack, so turn around and walk back. It's Duck! in the blue square. He's been keeping bots socially distanced from him since before it was even cool. Mind your space, because it's Ringmaster!
Let the bot battle begin. We have Duck rushing Ringmaster. Ringmaster now just trying to get up to speed.
Interesting battle here between these two bots. We'll see how the damage potential is in the Ringmaster weapon there. Oh, whoa! What happened there? He went tumbling over like a tumbleweed.
And he's flipped now.
Good start here from Duck. He'll be feeling the confidence. Duck
A piece, though, lost from someone.
Oh, another piece. Looks like it's kind of the edges of Duck's plow, I'd have to say, but he gets another lift in.
The main thing for this fight, especially for
Oh,
Duck,
no.
is lastability.
Looks like Ringmaster's tooth fell off. That's his one main tooth. He's got a couple other pieces that could cause damage, and it did! Half of Duck's wedge is now gone.
That was the thing I was afraid of.
And now we'll really see what these two bots are made of. The Ringmaster is having a very hard time keeping his wheels on the ground as he goes spinning around again uncontrollably. Both of these bots were two bots due for rebuilds, but despite their lack of changes from Season 5 to 6, they both made it out of the qualifiers.
Did Ringmaster lose all of his weapons?
Oh, he might have. I don't see anything else spinning around, so yeah, it looks like the Ringmaster is completely weaponless at this point.
I'm questioning if that happened off of Duck or if Ringmaster couldn't stay on the ground, and when he did, he hit them off on the wall.
Well, Duck is known for being a bit of a brute, but also the Ringmaster is known for being a bit of a fragile bot, so it could have been either or. As it stands, Duck, with half the weapon in the ascendancy, he's been having better exchanges for the most part.
I will say this fight is very captivating, though, because I love watching the dance that Ringmaster is doing throughout this box.
He looks like a hockey puck on a very uneven ice surface. It's the best way to describe it. He's just... What was that? He just bounced in the middle of the air and he wasn't even touching Duck. Physics are confusing, kids. Start in science early. Ringmaster getting flipped again. One change he had is that one of his wheels was de-wired from turning so that it would hopefully give him a little bit more control. We haven't seen that so far.
Sadly.
Duck now pushing the Ringmaster into the wall. Doesn't really have the ability to damage much, so if he wants to get anything more, he has to use the arena hazards.
Which doesn't look like he's gonna do, stuck in the corner.
Duck continuing to hold the Ringmaster in the corner, just trying to milk the clock, it seems like.
And it worked, really. 10 seconds left.
The final 10 seconds. It's been an interesting fight, but the judges will have to be called again to make a decision. They are getting busy this season. Well, we're not used to seeing fights go the way that one did. It was very strange, especially with the way the Ringmaster could not stay on the ground.
Yeah, it was very interesting to watch. From the get-go, Ringmaster doing his best, knocking off part of Duck's protective gear in the front. And then he lost his weapons to the wall?
A lot of talking points, too, in the first fight of the season for both of these machines. Cap, what would concern you more? The way Duck did fall apart, or the way Ringmaster fell apart and couldn't really, drive much because he was bouncing so much?
I think the main concern is the Ringmaster here. The weapon didn't do much. It broke against the wall, and he was just flying around everywhere. I'm concerned for that other black and blue machine.
The results from the judges are in. Your winner, by unanimous decision, is... Duck!
Well, I like the little dancey dance that Ringmaster did.
I don't think he liked the dancing dance.
Yeah, he didn't. Kudos to Duck, though. No matter the little bit of damage that he got on him, he still prevailed.
That's usually how it goes with Duck. He takes a lot of abuse, and then it either wins him or loses him the fight. It's hit and miss sometimes. Normally Duck loses, but he does pull out some wins, so he's proud of himself. He's got another win here, and if he can keep performing well, he can assure he won't be back into the qualifiers for Season 7.
You could say, too, that Duck was a little lucky. Going into the next fight for the night, we have Lucky versus Biohazard.
That was terrible, by the way.
If we look at the head-to-head comparisons of these two, it is very similar.
Both bots with more than 4-wheel drive, or at least 4-wheel drive, both with weapons that protrude out, lifter-flipper combinations. Biohazard's a little bit slower than Lucky with the firing of the weapon, and then in terms of self-righting, both struggle. I think Lucky has a better chance to self-right if given the opportunity, but yeah, very similar machines.
Outside of self-righting, we know that this fight will be won off of ground clearance. What else should these two be focusing on going into this match?
You gotta be careful with the timing of your weapon fires, because it's gonna come down to ground clearance, and it's gonna be coming down to maneuvering pieces and weapons to get the exact right angle to get underneath your opponent. And in a split second, you're gonna have to decide if you've got the moment you want or not. And if you're right, and you're quickly able to react and get that moment, you're maybe gonna get a lift or flip. If you screw it up, run, you're in trouble.
Well, let's see if anybody screws up down in the box.
So,
No, I'm a screw up.
No.
My mom tells me all the time.
Go to the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. This isn't hockey, but he doesn't know that. And he's about to body check you like it's Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. It's Lucky! In the blue square. He's a walking time bomb of disease with no vaccines and no masks. No, he's not a Trump supporter. He's just a biohazard!
Let the bot battle begin. Biohazard ticking. That was a weird start. I don't know what he did, but he's given Lucky position in these early stages. Two deadly lifter flipper combos that can end this fight at any moment. Ooh, Biohazard had a brief opening, but then he lost it. And Lucky took immediate advantage. Can Biohazard shake his way off the wall?
Lucky using that momentum from the wall to try and lift Biohazard back up and over did not work.
Biohazard has to play a more defensive game because if he gets flipped, he'll be in trouble, and Lucky flips him. This could be the fight over right here if Lucky chooses.
It kind of looks like that's where this is going to be going. Unless he can flip himself over.
He's trying his best. Biohazard finally got the weapon in the correct position, but it looks like he's going to run out of time. Is Lucky going to do anything? The answer is no! And this one is over. What's happened? Oh, ignore that, guys. The fight's over. Lucky won. Biohazard needs to calm down. He's throwing a tantrum. Well, the whole fight hinged on this early, pivotal moment. Biohazard late to react to a good opportunity, and Lucky picked him clean.
It's crazy to think about how the fight could have been different if Biohazard didn't miss the opportunity that he did. But we'll never know.
And then Lucky, very aggressive, kept on it until he got Biohazard flipped, and that was all he needed to win the fight.
Well, looks like Biohazard's the screw-up.
Yeah, he made the first mistake, and he was punished for it. And credit to Lucky for being quick enough to recognize the opportunity when he did. That's how you win fights, that can be tricky like that. But Biohazard shouldn't count himself out just yet. He's still a good machine, and I know he'll have Plenty of opportunities to prove that and get some wins in the later rounds.
He just wasn't lucky enough.
He wasn't lucky enough.
Lucky
was too much of a biohazard for Biohazard.
Yeah, wow, it's insane.
Yeah.
Anyways, what you've all been waiting for, we have the main event of the night. Drumroll, please. Terrible drumroll.
I don't
Anyways, we have Son of Whyachi versus Yeti. We've got 2 new builds to discuss, so let's bring in Captain Mantine and start with Sal. Cap, get on it.
Alright, Sam, I am getting on it, but I am not very enthused because you guys don't f***ing pay me enough. Anyway, Son of Whyachi, this new build, it may not be the quickest in drive power, but it is very, very powerful. That spinner is rocket booster powered. It has those 3 iron spikes. From what I've seen in the test box, it's just a very dangerous machine. I mean, if you let it get up to speed, it's almost guaranteed to win the fight. I mean, there's not much you can do against this classic tri-bar spinner.
All right, Cap, well, let's go take a look at Yeti now. Obviously, he hasn't really been the same since he won the Season 3 title. He struggled in the previous seasons. What does this new design have that's going to get him back on track?
Nick, if I'm going to be brutally honest here, I just don't think this matchup really is a good one for Yeti. I think they got a very poor first draw here. I think that tri-bar spinner of Son of Whyachi is just wide enough to where it's going to clip the sides of Yeti, and I don't think there's much that Yeti can do to stop that, unless Yeti can get that big uppercut, that one big shot in the first 30 seconds that can upend Son of Whyachi. I think that's really his only hope, but we'll have to go down to the box and see what really happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. This is a story of 3 little spikes. One spike went up to his enemy and went pop, pop, pop. The second little spike went boom, boom, boom. And the third spike went bang, bang, bang. And then the enemy died. It's Son of Whyachi! In the blue square, another failed season left him feeling pretty petty, but now he's poised and battle ready. Get to the bookie and get yourself a Betty when you let it ride on Yeti!
The final main event of round 1 features 2 bots who hate losing. But for one of these former champions, such a fate will be unavoidable. It's Son of Whyachi, it's Yeti, and it's next on BattleBots Reborn Cup.
Let the main event begin. Have a box rush from Yeti there, which is what we expected.
And he's going to try hard to slow down the weapon of Son of Whyachi. It gets up to speed fairly quick this year. There goes some damage. Whoa, Yeti smoking. The early exchange did not go well for the Season 3 champion. Whoa! What the heck happened there? It looked like another Havoc glitch. I think Son of Whyachi lost a part.
And the weapon from Yeti's gone.
So much is happening quick. Both bots taking huge damage. Yeti coming off worse. Oh, jeez, there goes the wheel.
Son of Whyachi, though, has to, pause himself so he doesn't wobble out.
It looks like he has completely lost a support rod and maybe even one of his iron spikes. Oh, and there goes something. Is that another one off of Son of Whyachi? I think so. So Son of Whyachi is significantly damaged. In fact, he has 1 spike left of the 3.
But he's using it very strategically, only really spinning up to speed when he's close enough to know that he can get a fast hit. Oh, another support beam's
There
gone.
goes another ramrod. Son of Whyachi needs to be careful not to get himself flipped. He's got to pulse that weapon as he's doing now.
Oh, is that it?
It is it! Yeti's knocked out! That happened out of nowhere! And Son of Whyachi takes the main event. Well, most of the important action happened early in this fight, and it mostly went against Yeti.
Yeah, it was super fun to see just how fast everybody lost all of their stuff. And of course, it's really fun to see the glitches in BattleBots Reborn fashion.
Yeah, Son of Whyachi had question marks before this season about the strength of his weapon. Not how it hits, but how it breaks. And so far, it's not looking good.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how he battles other bots in some of his future matches.
But for now, he was able to get the win and start 1-0.
Well, that was a really, really good main event, we'll say. Very close.
Very close. Could have swung either way, especially with the way Son of Whyachi was crumbling despite being in the ascendancy. Question marks for both bots. Result for both bots to look at, ponder, and build off of. But yeah, once again, we learned a lot about all of the bots we saw tonight, and we're really starting to see the season shape up, The contenders that, actually have a chance are starting to separate themselves, I think.
Yeah, it's really nice to see all of the results as they're coming into fruition, because we are seeing the better bots highlighting themselves, essentially. I will say, though, however, that the best bot of tonight, do you want to take a guess? The best bot for the night?
Yeah, Shaman.
Yeah. Hands down.
What a performance. He's going to go win the title. It's going to be Shaman versus Flicker in the final.
Not even Witch Doctor.
Yep.
Witch Doctor's not going to be there, just Shaman.
Yeah, and not even Stinger's going to be
yeah,
there.
not
It's
even.
The
It's
mini-bot.
just the mini-bots.
And Chromefly's drone is just going to be like an extra,
Yeah.
we're going to put a GoPro on him to get better angles.
Yes.
And then, of course, the legendary I-Beam will make an appearance. He'll hand off the trophy to the next bot.
It'll be great.
Then slap them out of the way and take his trophy back because I-Beam's the ultimate champion.
Anyways, thank you all for joining. I am the Sam because I don't have a nickname yet.
And I am Nick the Barangoat, and hopefully we'll see you again in another 2 weeks for episode 5. I've got a lot of life stuff coming up, a lot of busy work stuff, and a vacation to
Yeah, we're
BattleBots.
working on it. Yeah.
Actually, when is this episode going up? I think it's after we've gotten back already.
Oh, rip. Well, we
I don't
went
know.
and saw BattleBots.
Hell yeah,
Can't
brother!
say anything.
Yeah, don't ask me for a single thing.
Anyways, have a nice one. See you next time. Hopefully, you better come back.
Yeah, you better.
You better. You better. You better.
We're starting the next round next time. Round 2. You're going to see some bots again. It's going to be important.
I don't have pants on, so I'm happy that none of you saw that.
Now I don't have a shirt on.
You put it back. No.